right, so I'm trying to decide if I should get rid of the tracker in favor of just a stationary, static, east-west array, one facing east and one facing west. Or if I should try to fix this thing again, because this particular tracker does not have a good history here so far. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not saying that I think trackers in and of themselves are a bad idea. But this one is, this is a windy environment, and this is not a very strong, you can see I made modifications here. I'd put these supports inside the tube when this got crushed from the wind. Bolts snapped. It was ugly. So it's not very strong. I've managed to get it mounted fairly well, and I've got some guy wires on it, and it's actually, the post itself is strong enough, but the rest of it has suffered in the wind. And you can see right now it's been stationary. I haven't had it active for several months, and I just have a bungee cord here just to kind of buffer it in the wind a little bit when it does the oscillation thing that it does. You can see how much movement. See if I can back up a little bit so you can see just how much movement and play there is, and that contributes to a fairly large oscillation in the wind, and it just, hammers on it. So I think a stronger tracker would probably be fine, but this one hasn't done well here. So I have alternatives. So there's 600 watts on this right now. There's 3 200-watt panels that I picked up pretty cheap, and those are doing pretty well. And actually, even sitting the way they are here, just stationary, they make a pretty good amount of power. In fact, they make more power in the morning than the main array, because this time of year the sun is pretty high, and the panels don't pick it up until, well, they're picking it up now, but this does a little better earlier in the morning, even though it's set flat right now. But I also have 400-watt panels sitting in the trailer right now doing nothing. So I could set up these facing one way or the other, and the 400 facing the other way. And then I'd have a 400-watt array facing one direction and a 600-watt array facing the other. And then my primary goal of extending my solar day in both directions would be achieved by doing that. But my secondary goal of achieving more solar gain during a cloudy day it would still be better, because on the cloudy days it's much more diffuse, and the directionality of the light is less important when it's cloudy. So they'd probably still do pretty well, but not as well as if it was tracking directly against the sun. On a cloudy day, when you do have a break in the clouds, you want those panels to pick up the sun as much as possible in those little breaks, and make the most out of those. So the tracker does do better there. But I would be increasing my overall solar from 600 to 1,000 watts. So that's another consideration. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but wouldn't cost too much to get this thing back up and running. Right now, it just needs this guy here. This is a bad linear actuator right there. So that's why this thing is out of service at the moment. But I could just replace that and then get it back up and running. But I'm thinking I might just build 2 arrays back to back, and one east, one south, one east rather, one west. But haven't decided. We'll see how it goes.